What's going on, guys? EA has just officially released the new cover athlete for Madden 17, and it is Rob Gronkowski. As you can see, that is most likely what it's going to look like. I assume it's what it is going to look like. It was most likely between him and Cam Newton. I was kind of pushing for Cam Newton, but that's alright. Gronkowski to be on the new cover. So yeah, in honor of EA releasing the new cover athlete, we're going to go into 10 things I would like to see changed or edited or, fixed, whatever it may be, for the new Madden 17. And we're just going to go down the list, no particular order or anything, but it's just 10 things I feel that they can improve on if we want to get in, make it a little bit better for the Madden 17. I have enjoyed Madden 16 there, but there are a few things that get on your nerves, and we're going to see if we can adjust some of them at this moment in time. Number one, better loading times. I feel that goes without saying. I mean, how many of you turn on your Madden and it takes 3 minutes to start up? It's like the most ridiculous things. It takes forever to get into a game. It takes forever to get into a solo. I mean, we got games coming out without loading screens. I believe the new Mirror's Edge won't have a loading screen. But Madden, seemingly a sports game, seems to take the most amount of time to load of any game I actually own, which is pretty ridiculous. Hopefully we can shrink them down a little bit, maybe cut out some of the presentation nonsense that I tend to go through in solos that everyone tries to skip, but they don't let you skip and stuff like that. Hopefully they can cut down a little bit on that and cut down some of the load times, but yeah, man, that is my biggest pet peeve, I think, in this game is the load times. If you're pounding out solos, you get halfway through, and the only thought that goes through your mind is, I could have been done with this if it didn't take me 3 minutes to get into every single solo. But hopefully they do address that at some point. I imagine that's a pretty common complaint. If you would ask me what the number one complaint is, it'd probably be that. That would probably definitely be my guess as to what the number one complaint is, but hopefully they do go ahead and address that. Number two, change in promos. And what I mean by change in promos is every promo this year was the exact same for me. I didn't mind it necessarily too much until certain promos, The Christmas promo tends to be different a lot of the time, but the other promos were the same, whether it was Easter or Most Feared. Actually, Christmas has the gifts, but its promo for the player was pretty much the same. And what I mean by that is you need this amount of gold cards from the promo, this amount of elite cards for the promo, this amount of badges for the promo, and you get the player of the promo. And it was kind of the same all along the year, and unfortunately the pull rates on the elites in every single promo was so ridiculously low. It was almost insane. For Barry, you were spending 4 million coins on buying elite players. That's how rare they were. That's how expensive they ended up being. If you wanted to do anything remotely close to getting one of these players and you didn't pull anything, it was astronomical what you were going to have to pay, or paying coins, paying money, whatever it may be, to actually go ahead and get some of these players. If I remember correctly, I pulled Most Feared elites. I did not pull Christmas elites. I did not pull Easter elites. And what was the other? I forgot the other promo. I didn't pull any of those elites. Definitely didn't pull any Easter elites. So it's kind of annoying. Hopefully they address that just a little bit, kind of make it, switch up the promos, the way you get players or something like that. Whatever it may be, there's got to be a little bit of a change from here to the next promo or whatever it may be. Hopefully they just change it up so we don't get the same repetitive stuff for this whole year, and then next year we got the same repetitive stuff, all year long. And hopefully we take a look at some of these changes. Number three, as I said, these are in no order, so this one's about draft champions. the rewards. Draft Champions badges mean something other than one of those players you may possibly get. Throughout the year, they added a few things here and there. I'm of the opinion that there should be other things there, whether it be packs or, you know, badges, like gold badges, elite badges, whatever it may be. A certain amount of draft badges goes in, and that should just be a permanent set. For me, it should be a permanent set. Maybe one of each pack you put up in there. Hell, you can make it expensive for all I care. I just want some variety other than these. You need 100 draft badges for some player that's going to be obsolete in 2 days, pretty much. Hopefully, we get some more variety with that. Maybe we'll get some variety with the salary cap stuff coming out. Maybe the salary cap badges will be something different, or maybe they switch it up a little bit. Hopefully, it's just not one. You know, it's 4 players now, and then, I mean, when they released the second batch and the third batch of players, those players were literally obsolete when they came out. Most of those players weren't going to fit into a lot of teams, and if that's how it's going to be, again, it's kind of a waste. I mean, I like playing Draft Champions a little bit. I find it's more frustrating because all the silver players are absolute trash, but you know, they did bump it up to lower end golds, but it's still kind of trashy to me. So it's very difficult. If you end up getting like a 99 Herman Moore or something like that, then you know, then you kind of win. All you have to do is throw it up to Herman Moore, and he goes up and catches it, and you know, that's kind of the end of it. So it was kind of frustrating playing it. I did play it sometimes, but if the rewards were better, I might go and play it a little bit more. You know. So hopefully they change up the rewards just a little bit, and we'll be able to use them on something other than a player that's most likely going to be sold or not used or whatever it may be. Number 4, change in aggressive catching. I think aggressive catching was okay at the beginning of the year, as many people thought, and as the year progressed, it got worse and worse and worse, and not necessarily because aggressive catching was a bad idea. It's the way it worked out. It's literally just the animation you get, whether it's a random ticker that you end up getting a random animation. It's completely random, and corners, like I've had a 99 golden ticket Dion get mossed by an 84 overall Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, it's kind of a waste of time to go buy good corners, because good corners are going to get caught on like that by regular players, and it's kind of annoying to say the least. Hopefully we can swap it up, either change how we do aggressive catching. I don't know how to. I mean, these are just suggestions. I don't really have any. I don't have suggestions for Madden, but hopefully we can figure out a different way to do aggressive catching, or go back to catching the way it was in older games, or whatever it may be. Either change it or discard it altogether and start from scratch. Obviously, these suggestions can't be taken into account now. They've made the game most likely they're just finishing up touches, putting finishing touches on the game. But hopefully they thought about some of these things before they go ahead and started. The problem being that if they started when the new Madden came out, the game's not out long enough to get some of these complaints in before they can go ahead and fix it. So hopefully they foresaw some of these things and they put it in. Aggressive catching definitely being one of them. Number 5. This is one of those things that pissed me off as well, for someone who does big sets all the time. Putting things into sets one at a time. And the biggest pain in the ass was Night Train Lane, when you had to put 200 of those Black Friday or whatever badges they were. 200 of those badges into one set for him. And when the set came out, there I was slamming the A button for 5 straight minutes. Literally 5 minutes. That's absolutely ridiculous at this point. And when you're doing things like putting badges in, whether it's a quick sell and you're going 1, 2, you're just slamming the A button to get to 15 badges in there, and it's taking forever, and it's crazy. If you can just click on the set and click on all the cards you want to pop in there, then they'll be great. If it's something like making a silver badge into a gold badge, and you put 5 silvers into a set, you know, press A on it, and a little option comes up that says you want to put 5 silvers in here, and you just press yes, and that'll save everyone some goddamn time and suffering. The amount of crap with the loading screens and the putting things into sets, you take out half your playing time just doing silly things like that. And I pray to God that they fix that one, man. I really hate that one. But yes, number 6, customization and Ultimate Team, and this one came to me pretty recently. I wasn't thinking about it too much. Number 6 and number 7 actually go together, and number 7 was alternate unis. I want them to bring them back. Hopefully they do bring them back. But number 6 was customization and Ultimate Team, and what reminded me of that was I was playing MLB The Show recently. I just got that, and what you can do on your Ultimate Team or Diamond Dynasty or whatever it's called is you can name your team, right, and then you can make your own logo and make your own jerseys, use your own colors and stuff like that, and hopefully we get some of that customization, because I really enjoyed that aspect of MLB, and I'm kind of hoping that we can get something like that in Ultimate Team. But if not, as I said, number 7, alternate uniforms. I hate how they took those out, man. I'd pay 50 grand right now for freaking all black Cardinals uniform right now, man. Those things were super nice, and hopefully they just bring those back, man. The generic ones are kind of boring. I think I've scrolled through all of them at least twice going on. I mean, there are ones I'm not going to use. I'm not going to use Cowboys unis, but as a Giants fan, I'm not going to use Cowboys unis, and as a Cowboys fan, you're not going to use Giants unis. So I mean, anywhere between 1 and 10 of these uniforms are off limits for most players. I mean, most of you people aren't going to use things from inside your division, right? I mean, Patriots fans, you're going to use Jets jerseys, like, for real? You really going to use Jets jerseys? You're disappearing on me? You know, Bengals fans, you're going to use Ravens jerseys. It's not going to work that way. So it cuts out a lot of the jerseys you can actually use, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So hopefully they bring some alternate uniforms back, or we get to do a little bit more customization when it comes to our Ultimate Team. We're getting close to the end here. Number 8, this one's annoying as well. It's definitely happened to everyone in this listening to this video 2 or 3 times. And what it is the incomplete catch fumble thing, where the ball just reaches your player and then he gets boomed and then he drops it and it's a fumble instead of an incomplete catch. He's still in the air. He didn't make any steps. He didn't make a football move. He didn't turn upfield, but it's still a fumble, and everyone challenges it, and every single time it's play upheld, and every single time it's rage. And that's such a ridiculous thing. I'm super surprised that was a problem to begin with, and I'm super surprised. Well, I'm not super surprised, but I'm kind of annoyed that they didn't fix it. Hopefully in the next game that's just not a thing. That's just got to be an incomplete catch and we can move on, man, because that's just that should be a simple thing to fix. That should be a thing that shouldn't be in the game from the get-go, and I don't even know how that's an oversight, man. I can't imagine developers were playing the game and that didn't happen. Like, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine for a whole year developing a freaking game and that doesn't happen once. There's no fucking way that doesn't happen once and that doesn't get on anyone's nerves there. No one playing Madden testing it out was like, yeah, whatever. We'll move on from it. You got to be fucking kidding me with that. That's got to be fixed. That costs you games, man. It can't just be happening like that all the freaking time. But yeah. Number 9, fix the way running backs hit holes. Now, this is one that's kind of bugged me a little bit, and it's you hand the ball off, you're going out the middle, and then you see a couple holes, and then one is a little bit smaller than the other, and then your running back gets caught on the lineman and does something stupid like trips, or does something stupid like hugs the lineman in front of you, and there is a button to get you through that, but a lot of times the button just flat out doesn't work, and you don't actually hit those holes. You actually kind of just bump into the lineman and fall down, and it ruins the play. Hell, you could have had a 50-yard gain if you hit the hole properly, but the running backs doesn't feel like hitting the hole. Hopefully they address that just a little bit. I know they tried to with the button, and I know it's more difficult to get your running back through there and whatnot, but hopefully they address that, because running back can fit through some tight spaces, and it's not as if I'm trying to be a mouse and fit under a door here. It's just, you know, hitting the hole I can fit through. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that one up. And number 10, better rewards for playing online. And this one is kind of a mixed bag, and what I mean by that is there is a lot into this one. Better rewards for playing online. What I mean by that is, if you did Odell Beckham this year, you know how long that took. It was just an absurd amount of time. Every season you're going through, you play 10 games if you need to. You're getting 2 badges max. You're getting 2 badges. You need 10 for every one, right? You need 100 of these badges. You're getting 2 badges a season. And then you go to the playoffs and you can win extra badges, and the competition's obviously a little bit better, so you get one every go. But I mean, best case scenario, you're getting 5 badges. Worst case scenario, you're getting none, obviously. But well, I mean, what I was hoping for was a little bit better rewards, whether it's what comes with the badges. I mean, 2 badge pack comes with the badges. It's a 2 badge pack. I definitely never pulled anything above a silver. Definitely didn't. And I did Odell. I completed Odell, and I definitely never pulled anything above a silver badge. And I feel like 2 badges a season, if you get your first round bye, kind of isn't enough. It definitely deters a ton of people from going out and trying to do something like Odell, and I figured they'd want everybody to go, you know, at least try it. If they gave out a badge for you staying in your division and not getting relegated down a division, that'd be nice. If they gave you 2 badges for winning the Super Bowl, that'd be nice. I mean, couple extra badges or something out of these packs, man, because after a couple weeks, the players that you get out of the seasoned veterans thing are useless. So, you know, hopefully we can they can address that, make it more fun to go through playing online, because if you're playing online and everyone's nano blitzing or drag whoring or whatever the hell you want to call it with some of these people, everyone finds a way to try and cheat the game. It's kind of annoying playing most people online. It's very difficult to get a game online, someone who doesn't quit after the first drive and plays through a whole game and doesn't nano blitz or doesn't do things like drag whoring or whatever it may be. It's pretty difficult to kind of find those players, so there has to be some sort of reward for constantly dealing with some of the nonsense that happens online. And if you're trying to pound out the Odell or what looks like GRONK in the next one, hopefully there are better rewards for that. But guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing some other stuff. I'm still on pace to do 2 videos 2 videos a day from June 17th, and I believe it's 120 videos. I believe it's 60 days, as Madden comes out on the 23rd of August, if I remember properly. August 23rd, which means I'm going to stop about a week before as we rev up for the new Madden, and hopefully it's 120 videos over those 60 days. But yeah, guys, stay tuned. Definitely going to be doing more videos, and that's it for now, so peace.